Hello, everybody. It is Wednesday. Yes, today is Wednesday. uh, doing a little bit of Starfinder prep. Let me switch over my monitor. Not sure why it's on that one, but there we go. Now we can see what's going on. I hope your day is going swell. Let's check out a little quote for the day. Start off with half man, half horse is a bard because it loves being the centaur of attention. That's right. Um, so those of you, I know I am your main source for movie information. And actually, I could be. So if you ever do have questions about movies that are playing at the time, I can usually answer them because I see a lot of movies with my unlimited pass that I have from the theater I live by. Um, I pay a monthly fee and then I can see as many movies as I want. Um, but to the point, those of you who like the pun counter and the silly jokes and such that I say, Ghostbusters has some really good jokes in there. So, and by really good, I mean they're awesome, awesomely nerdy. So I like it. Very funny. Um, Today we are looking at our hello, Miss Samantha. How are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? Very good to see you here. I hope you're doing well. You, I don't know if you got the message you were supposed to, but if you didn't, you're welcome to come over tomorrow. Text me if you have time. 10 o'clock in the morning. Feel free. As you have in the past, change the title. For goodness sakes. I need to establish some sort of reminder. I move stuff around. I keep doing things, trying to come up with a way to remember to change the title. And I don't remember where. Oh, it's right there. It's hidden behind my chat. There we go. Boom. Done. Updated. Now I just have to go back through and change it later. Ooh, I have a notification. Nice. Somebody gifted me a gift sub to one of the streamers I watch. All right, so today we're going to be looking at our the post-it note. Yeah. Uh, Today I may have to go that route. Absolutely, I'm not poo-pooing your idea. Uh, I may have to do that. First, I have to get post-it notes, but I do have similar things. Might just stick a little hoo-yah on my stuff um, to remember. Get into the habit, and then I'll be there forever. All right. So what's happening with these folks is that they've finished up chapter 2. This week we're going to have a special one-shot with the Skittermanders. So if you want to see cutesy people, this is, let me show you the cover images. So there's, if you think of Lilo and Stitch, add another arm, another pair of arms, and that's what these things are. Um, Very flighty, very helpful, very nice, but very easily distracted creatures called Skittermanders. And we are going to be a crew of them on Sunday night, so come check it out. Uh, Sadly, there will not be any Sven Zone Particle redemptions that night um, because uh, it's a guest dungeon master, game master. So not gonna. I don't want to mess things up. I'm not running the game. I am a player. So come check it out Sunday night. Uh, Grab and make yourself a leftover turkey sandwich and sit back and relax. 5:30ish on Sunday night. It's just until 8, so it's only a couple hours. It should be a lot of fun. All right. And then 2 weeks after that, December 3rd, if we finish, we may have to do the Skidamander for 2 weeks, which will be fine with me. But if not, we'll be coming back to this one. And what they're doing is they are um, heading back to either Absalom Station or they're going to um, actually, I believe they said they were going to go back to Epsom Station. So they're heading back to Epsom Station, then they're heading back out into the drift to where the Gate of the 12 Suns are. So I wanted to grab a couple things, get stuff ready for them. Oh, my bad. My mind is, they sound like ADHD gremlins. Well, gremlins have a tendency just to be destructive and chaotic. While these are somewhat chaotic, they're not really destructive. They actually try to be more helpful than anything else. Um, a story I like to tell is when Vesk, which are these lizard guys, when they came to their planet, Vesk are like Klingons in the sense that they are warlike creatures, and they take over a lot of, went through and were taking over planets and things. When they came to the Skidamander planet, they were like, "Ah, we're gonna take over your planet," and they were like, "Okay," and it shocked the Vesk. They didn't really know how to handle that. Um, so they just gave them the planet and went and kept doing what they were doing. Um, but that's what Skidamanders are. So it's pretty cool. Um, so it should be a lot of fun. We will see. Uh, Skitter shot. What was I looking for? Oh, let me go here. Individualistic without being anarchistic. I mean, anarchic, and unwilling or unable to grasp the concept of permanent governance. Naturally, follow a qualified leader to undertake a large project. They serve in clerical positions that allow them to aid as many people as possible. They're 3 feet tall and weigh about 35 pounds. Anyway, so remember all that stuff I said about the Cult of the Devourer and everything else? Well, forget about that. Um, this is a different campaign. So you can see from the crew, I should have realized that's why I have the crew portrait here, is so that you can see who I'm talking about right away. This is Twitch, um, Doc Dade. So these guys are on the surface of the sun. I wanted to find some more. I can get rid of this. Who's here? Who's here? Atomic Hero Squad. Awesome sauce. Welcome, welcome, sir. I hope you have a great Thanksgiving day with your family. Oh, you beat me to it. I was just about ready to hit enter when you hit it. He was playing Paladins. Oh, cool. It's been a while since I've. No, it's not. You were just playing Paladins the other day. Very cool. Yeah, so Atomic Hero Squad does, and you're like, oh, another person who plays Paladin. It's just like, it's just a fighting game like all the other ones. Well, he also does Gems of War, he does Blades, he does uh, a lot of Asphalt 9, he does Smite, Dauntless, so tons of different games. Oh, the one where you're wandering around the village, um, it's not Stardew Valley, it's the Animal Crossing, um, and then a bunch of other indie games and cool. He'll have themed games. So like for October, he did a bunch of scary games. So he's definitely not your average uh, streamer. Check him out. Early morning, every morning. It's a great way to start your day. He's a lot of fun, and he has, like my friends on Particles, he also has points you can earn and make him do stuff, ban in-game actions, and pick his heroes, make him wear a hat. So cool stuff. He's a lot of fun. He's all over the board, but in a good way. And his musical interludes are the highlight of the show. Not really, but they're really cool. And I'm jealous because I don't know, I can't do that. I don't have musical interludes to pepper my streams with. Um, so these guys are in this. We are in the Dawn of Flame campaign. They're on the surface of the sun. They are just drove off a bunch of people from this museum, and people had come in and broken into the museum. So now they're in the middle of an investigation to try to find out what's going on with that. And by middle of the investigation, I mean they're still wrapping up the fight. The last guy is Vadak is a spellcaster, so he's been doing stuff like mirror image and um, supercharging up his weapon and doing cool stuff. He's already said a couple times, "Just let me go. I've done what I came to do. Just let me go, and we don't have to do this." They are not letting him go. They're not letting him leave. They've yet to hurt him, do any damage to him. But he has blasted one of them just because they wouldn't. They were standing in his way, and he could not leave. So we'll see what happens. Sadly, he doesn't have any kind of teleporting spell or misty step or anything like that to get out of there. As soon as they open up a path, he's going to do a full engage, disengage, and take off. But until that happens, um, so Parker is going nuts. Let me. So I bought. Those of you who know my dog, I got him a new. Does it show? Yeah, it's a llama blanket. It's got a little llama on it for when he's in my office. It's a little hard to see because it's being weird, but it's a little llama. Um, Go ahead and lay down. He's become very protective of it. He likes his llama blanket now. I just got it yesterday. Um, so he was being weird all over there, trying to get under it. Had to help him out. Had to help a brother out, you know. All right. So that they're doing an investigation. I talked a little bit about this last time, maybe even been last week, because it's a very long and involved process here. So let's take a look here. What I'm doing is I'm using Inventor Path. So we have these books. Those of you who've watched before know this. Um, and he is So I've read through it and stuff. Now I need to take what I've read and tweak it and use it in Fantasy Grounds and have a way to present it to the players. Last time we were doing the investigation, and I wanted to make sure that all the investigation snippets that they could find were presented well for the players in little things I could click and throw into chat, stuff like that, chat triggers. Uh, and so we did that. To be honest, it was set up that way really well already. So right now we're in deep cut. Here we go. Investigations. So that's what we did last week. The DCI follow up. And there we go. All right, so that's where they are right now. Now I want to go to the next part. This is part 1. So this is part 2. Corona Cauldron. All right, so first of all, what I'm going to do is slap it down here in my hotbar. So you'll see in my hotbar right now, I have the image of the museum for the players and the GM version. I have my storyline wrapping up the investigation. And then now I have Corona Cauldron. So I have the quick reference to the things I want that I'm going to be using during play right there in my hotkeys. If you're not familiar with those, you start off with 12, 1 through 12. You can also hit, so like right now I have this banner here in 6. So if I just hit F6, boom, it's right there. You can pretty much put any image, any rollable thing in there, any story entry, pretty much anywhere there's a piezo symbol or a die, you can put down there. Even things like the next turn on the combat tracker, this right here, next actor, that can be drawn down there. So all I have to do is hit like F1 or F2 to have it do the next one. I also have it as a table. So you can take your tables, say you want colors. This is a random color generator, just a very basic 1 through 8. You can take this piezo symbol, drop it in here, and then what will happen is when you click it, it pulls up the table and then you roll on it. Or you can also take the actual roll itself part, drop that down here. So then when you click on it, it just rolls and gives you the result. So there's a couple different things you can do down here. So say you start filling these up really fast, hold shift, you have another 12, hold control, another 12, hold alt, another 12. So now you're up to 48. You can then hold shift alt, another 12, shift control, another 12, and control alt, another 12. So you have a crap ton of these things available, more than 100. It's really cool. What I do is I typically have my shift alt, my shift control for Starfinder right now is my different actions of what my, for Starship Combat. So SC, Starship Combat, shift control. Anyway, things like what the magic officer can do, the crew actions, the chief mate, what they do, stuff like that. I also have in just my shift are my pictures. So all my pictures of my crew. So if I want to know, hey, here's Twitch and here's mine tone blank starts in L. Leo, what the heck's his name? Loki. Loki, the squawks, all these things right here. I even have the crew picture. So I have that in shift. In control, I have my fumble tables and a couple things about companions and things. So the point is that I put groups of what they might be in my different controls. So I'm using right now, I'm using about 15 to 20 of these hotkeys. I love them. I like them. They're very convenient. My across all my playing boards, no matter what I'm playing, Dungeons and Dragons, as a player or a Dungeon Master, Starfinder, I have 2 be my percentile. I have 11 be my conditions for that system. Um, so those are the 2 main ones I have on all of them. And then I have my personality table as I DM somewhere on my first page, usually 1 or 3 is my personality. So when they come upon a new NPC, I roll on that to determine how they're going to talk. So that is your hotkeys. So what they're going to be doing is they're going to the Corona. They're going to Corona, Corona. And what I want to do is I want to pull some images for them to see. Um, so here are some encounters, which we'll be looking at in just a moment. But first, I want to get some images. They don't show a whole lot of images in here. Let me go to my assets, my library. So what I'm doing, I'm looking at the reference manual and just skimming through these pages. So looking at the book, I'll look at this section to see. I know there's a picture of a lady. Um, there's this picture. So I want to find these pictures so I can show it to them. All right, so those are the only 2 pictures I need to worry about. So I'm going to pull up since they don't have those pictures linked in the conversion, I'm going to pull up the reference manual. This is Dawn of Flame 2 Soldiers of Brass. Go to the reference manual. So you can see they have the pictures embedded in the reference manual. So I'm just looking for those. All right, so here we go. Investigations. This is where what is this? Okay. Um, so this is where the picture was in the book, and I don't see it here. So they did not embed it here. So let's check the images. Interesting. I'm not seeing this picture here at all. It's a nice picture right there. So I guess I'm just going to have to sit here and look real quick. Fight in the Museum was a cool picture. They're just finished that. This is a modified air elemental with a camera on it. It's used to go down to the surface of the sun. Luckily, they did not just attack, so it's probably a person. Yep. These are all people. Merchants of the Brass Bazaar. All right, well, that's one of the ones I wanted. It's the one I was thinking of. The It's like a restaurant, and it has a name. I just don't remember off the top of my head. Let's see. Here we go. Part 2 openers, what that's called. All right, so these are the 2 pictures I want for the Brass Bazaar as they're going to go in there and start talking to these people. So I'm going to drop these here for now. Unlock it. I'm just going to call it Images of the Brass Bazaar. Make it Control 2. Make it a heading. Make sure there's 2 empty lines there by entering twice. And then, boom. Slap that here. Slap that here. Boom. All right, so now there should be other images in my repertoire of things like, let's see. See what happens if I put Corona in here. Corona Colossus. So that's a, both of those are weapons. Okay. Now, Bubble. So there we go, Bubble City. That's one I wanted. And then the overall overhead map. So let's see which ones. I think that one was one I added. So it would be under the uncategorized. All right, so I've got 2. Okay, so this one is a bad version of this one. So I'm going to stop sharing that one. And then Burning Mother. Okay, so that's a bad version. I'm hoping to find a better version of that. Okay, cool. These are just images I use, maps I've used early on. The Sun Cities, what is that? There we go. That's a better version of this. So we will stop sharing the Burning Mother. Boom. Perfect. Okay, and then what's shuttle? Oh, that's a shuttle. Okay. All right, so boom, and then the Sun Cities. Oops, I can't see. Gotta be able to see, so I'll move it over a little bit. Bring this smaller so I can see. There we go. Drag it there. Boom. All right, so poof. I've got these images I can show them. And it's all linked down here. Yeah, so these are, right now they are in, those of you who care, right now they're in Stella Cuna. This is the side version of it, side view of it. So this is where they are. They're at the Deep Cultures Institute. Their investigation is going to bring them over here to Corona. So they're going to ride a little ship, a little like a subway across over to the Dawn Shore and go through the Dawn Shore back over to Asana Town where they were before, where their adventure started when they first came to these bubble cities. Then they're going to head south into Corona and into the Brass Bazaar, this whole section here. The thing is with Corona, the bubble is malfunctioning. So there are different things that blast down and pockets of radiation and sunbursts that come through. So that makes life interesting. But there are your pictures. All right, so let's see. I want to do one other thing. I want to go to the interwebs. So let's bring over my stuff and we'll search Brass Bazaar to start off with. And I'm getting weird stuff, so we're just going to put Starfinder. Images, boink. All right, I forget where this is from, so I should have access to this, because I'm pretty sure I'm almost positive this is from this AP, Dawn of Flame Adventure Path. See, I know this is. I just don't know which book this is from, but this is a great picture of the bazaar. I like it a lot. So let's go ahead and save this. I have this somewhere. I don't know where. Save image as. So in this case, I'm going to put it in my Fantasy Grounds folder. Smiteworks, Fantasy Grounds. Going to go to Campaigns. Go to, this is Dawn of Sven's Own. Images. So here you can see some of the other ones I've done. Brass Bazaar. I don't think I have a Brass Bazaar here already, so just in case. One. Save. Perfect. Like I said, I know I have this image somewhere. I bought the book that has it in it. I just don't know which one it is. Let's see. What is this? I don't know what that is because that Starfinder Adventure Path, Dawn of Flame, Soldiers of Brass by Crystal Fraser is this right here. This is the book. This is a cover. So I'm not sure where this one came from, but interesting. Yeah, it's right here. Weird. Weird, man. It's weird. Uh-oh, what's happening? Stop. All right. Anything else? Then the real life Brass Bazaar came through. Okay, so now I want to go Starfinder. Let's go with Corona. Be very specific and see what pops up. Nothing. So there's a lot of Corona weapons, Corona class weapons. So that's what these are and stuff. Not really surprised about that. Let's go to Burning Archipelago. All right, not any really good pictures to speak of. What is this one? No, that's not really part of, that is not accurate for the story we're doing. All right, so we've got one good image from the interwebs. Thank you for your help. So now, if I want to access that right away, maps are awesome. I agree. Maps are awesome. Um, really, no matter how good of a descriptor you are, storyteller, that type of thing, um, having something to look at, even if it's just a hand-drawn scribble thing, it puts things in perspective. Then you can add your story to it and add your description and your scents and sounds and all those things. You can add that. So that's my job, is to add all that to it. But at least you have something in your head that you can pull from and say, okay, now it is. I mean, as a reader of science fiction, you know, especially as a younger lad back before in the age of dinosaurs, where books were king. That's all you had were descriptors. But that's why I read graphic novels. Absolutely, yeah, very, absolutely right. All right, so to pull up that picture, you pull up your assets and go right down here to where it says refresh folder assets. It'll tell you in your chat that you've refreshed them. You go to your images, combine. Yes, even Lord of the Rings has maps. Absolutely. And there it is. There's our new Brass Bazaar picture. It's going to bug me. I'm going to look through my books here, maybe, see if I can find that picture because I know it's on one of them. I think it's the back cover. It's not the back cover, but I think it's the inside cover of one of them. Um, but it's a good picture. Um, all right, so we're going to create image record, and then we will put it here. And we will drop it down here. Poof. I'm going to put a descriptor here. This will say alley, so I know what it actually is. Cool. So now I have my images ready to go. Now we're going to take a look at the first of these encounters. Several small gangs vie for territory in Corona. Sirico is one such gang, mostly made up of first or second generation Sullys. So here's a Sully. Let's see if it's a playable race. I would guess it is. It is. Descendants of plain hopping John and mortal beings, though some Sulis have elemental origins that are more mysterious. Alright, so they get a bonus to strength and charisma, but a minus to intelligence. They resemble ordinary humanoids with an occasional flash of elemental light in their eyes. Most manifest otherworldly heritage at adolescence. They're strong of body and personalities, very widespread. Um, so basically, they're similar to tieflings and Aasimar from D&D. Excuse me. So being a planar, a Sully is more of um, a trait, more of than a race. So they're like humans, but then with this genie blood in them, elemental blood, that manifests at almost like a mutant, manifests at adolescence. So they can cause half damage dealt by the weapons they hold to be either acid, electricity, or fire. Nice. Also use it with the ability with their unarmed strike. They have resistance, nice, to either whichever one they want. Oh, I take that back. They have resistance to all elements, acid, cold, electricity, and fire. That is cool. It does not say one, it says all. That's pretty nice. 5 resistance to all of them. Seeing as how lasers are fire, a lot of your shock pistols and especially the lower level weapons are electricity. And a lot of people use cold as well. So that's pretty cool, especially at lower levels. Um, and then they have low light vision. Nice, very cool. Well, about average hit points for, like the Yosoki little rat guys and the Skittermanders we were talking about. They have 2. Your Vesk, your big bulky guys have 6. Cool. I like them as a race. I would play one. Anyway, so a bunch of these are here trying to, they are butting heads with the Bloodshots. Okay. A quartet of Circle members approaches the PCs as they travel through Corona. They arrive on basic energy cycles. Nice. So I just got a new book. I don't know if it's even open in this. See if I opened it. Armory, operations, tech revolution. There it is. That talks about vehicles. There's a whole section on vehicles now. It's the first time they've addressed vehicles specifically in Starfinder. How to build one, how to. So they've done similar things with starships, and then it actually takes you through those steps. Improving a vehicle, and then different modification. That you can buy for them, and then encounters different and how to use them in tactical combat. Excellent. And then mechs. Very cool. So point is, if they decide to do something with these vehicles, we can. All right, so after greeting the PCs with mocking tones, they offer to sell directions for 100 credits. They feign offense if they say no, and they're willing to fight if provoked. If they mention the Bloodshots on one of their lairs, they can convince the gang members to let them pass. Or they could just pay them the 100 credits. So the encounter is 4 Bravos, but there is no map. So I just looked at a map that I think would fit in this situation. Give me just a minute to. There we go. So let's find that image I just had. I think it was in uncategorized. Yep, and it was city exposed. All right, so this is a fantasy city, but it should still work. Let's see. So I put a new roof on this one. Enough. See, I covered it up with this. So I could do that to all of them. Boom, 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 boom. I like that there's interiors. That's why it's called a city exposed. So what we're doing is we're just doing a simple little encounter. We're not, so it doesn't have to be a whole lot of in-depth things. So we're not going to spend a lot of time on this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in on one section of it. Let's see, is there a particular building they may run into if they get spooked? This one here, what's this? Okay, so this is really not a very low definition map here. Let's see what we want to do. Decisions. So what happens is if I change these hexes, the grid size to where it's low enough so that it will. If I change it to small enough to where it's usable as a combat map, the problem is it's going to be so granulated. So either you switch to a different map. Let's take a look and see what other maps we have real quick. Future town. All right, so this is one I've used already, but with a couple quick tweaks, I could use this one as well. Let's see. So go to our assets, and let's go to all. Actually, no, we'll stick with images. We'll go back up, and we'll go to. We'll just do city. See what happens. Oh, I forgot. There's a city map pack. So everything in that map pack is now going to pull up. So it'll take just a minute. I done forgot. Parker's going silly because we had a visitor drop off a pie. I'll make him say hi to everybody then while we're waiting. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. See? What's up, Parker? Stop barking, man. Stop barking. Stop barking. That's right. Everybody gets a free Parker today. You don't even have to use your spin zone particles for it. Yeah. Okay. Oh, Mike is here. Honey Badger Sven. Welcome, welcome. All right, so we were just talking about finding a better map.
Wow.
And I did the wrong, not the wrong one, but a very vague search. So we have all the different city images for making your own city. What I'm actually looking for is a city map, which we should have some scattered in there. So let's see. Go back to that. Let's see. We've got city exposed, city in the willows, a city or town from a far away. All right, so none of those will work. This one is on a water. Yeah, that won't work. All right, so keep going. Looks like that might have been it. All right, so what we need to do is we could build one or we could find one. Um, I have a lot of other maps. Let's try street. See what that pulls up. There we go. See, so I could use one of these. And just add some buildings to them. I could tweak this one. Let's take a look at this one. I've used this one. Mantha 82025, 8225. We'll remember this one because I've used it in her campaign that she's in. All right, is there anything else I can think of? Village, maybe? Well, I don't want a village. All right, so wow, it's my favorite sound alert. Wow. Okay. Nice, nice. One of these years, I'll actually remember who it is. See, there I have a trick though. I can just look down below and Owen Wilson. There we go. Because Owen Wilson is not the one. My first thought of who it is. Anyway, so here's these. We could do this. Gotcha. All right, so let's do one quick interweb search. We will make it quick. By the way, if you don't know these are here, it's down below. There are other. There are three other ones on here that are not in, not over here where you would spend a particle alert are. So check them out sometime if you haven't looked. So we'll go to our interweb search. We want sci-fi city map. All right. Well, maybe. Let's see what we've got here. This one's not bad. This one's not bad. This one's not bad. So the key to this is I don't want to spend a lot of time. This is just a quick 10-minute encounter. They probably aren't going to fight because my people are not murder hobo type people. So I just want a decent, halfway decent map that I can use. I'm going to throw roofs on these, roofs, whatever, and they can walk through here. Looking through here at these, The main thing is I want a decent alleyway, because that's where they is when they encounter these guys. So I wouldn't mind a little bit more. Here we go. This one, it looks better. Yeah, I like this one a lot. I don't like the numbers on it, the dorky numbers, but I don't like the fact that the grid's already there. Having the grid there is annoying because you have to match up the grid to yours. Let's see if we zoom in on this. I think this is going to work. All right, I don't know what I just did. All right, so I don't see any other images like it from this creator. So if we follow the link, let's see, click. Okay, it's not, there's nothing there. So we're going to save image as. It's already in the spend zone where I want it to be. This one I actually want to put in. I'm going to save. I'm going to save it in normal Starfinder because I want. So we'll go back up to campaigns. I mean, not Starfinder, but in my images, so that all my campaigns can access them. See, because I have other images like that. I can use other maps and things that I just pull. Future town, for example, boom. So we're doing that. We're doing this future. This one we'll call city since we call the other ones towns. This is more of a city than the other ones were anyway. And now what we do is we go to our Googly. Instead of our Microsoft Explorer, we go to Googly because Googly has our fancy grounds conversion. Pixlr, pixlr.com is for free. They also have a paid version, but it's basically Black Friday, 6% off all plans. Nice. Open image. So we go to the one we just did, which is Fancy Grounds. Images. It's called Future. I could type it and search for it, but I'll just find it. EFG. Future City. Click. Open. And now what we're doing is we will zoom in a bit. Come on, I just did something wrong. There we go. We'll zoom in. And then what we're going to do is we're going to clone. Where's our clone? Clone. The problem is if we do this, we're going to be covering up the grid. So you know what? I think I'm just going to leave the numbers then, because if I cover this up, it's just going to be it's going to mess up the grid because these are put on grids. You know what I mean? Know what I mean? So I can't really cover up the numbers. So we'll just leave them. I don't care. We'll leave it. So never mind. We're going to close this. Didn't think about that. We're then going to put it into here. So we go here to our assets. We click on refresh. Look down here, make sure they're refreshed. Now we go to data. And since this has a lot more it's pulling from, it takes a little bit longer than the other one. There we go. And we go to, we could also have typed future city. That probably would have been faster. There it is. Create image record. Boom. close it. So now we've got this circle shakedown, and we take this here, we go open it, drop it, encounter, I'll put it right here, image, future city. So now we have our location. What I'll do is I'll go in, I'll change the color. So I'll show you real. This won't take me but a minute. What I'm doing is I just change the color. Go to lighting. Go here to ambient. We go here to color, and we want it to be. It's in Corona. Turn it on. Okay. Go to lighting. Turn on lighting. There you go. All right, and then we're going to go to lighting. What I could do if I really wanted to be particular is I could put line of sight on all these buildings so they wouldn't be able to see around them. But again, all this is mostly just for flavor. They're probably going to run into them here. The players are going to be walking here. They're going to zip up on their bikes on either side of them and talk to them maybe in this alley here, and they'll zip up here. So it's mostly just to give them something to go on, a visual representation. So the color is just to show this is the color of. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. Nope. I want it lighter than this. So let's go to cancel, would you? Boom. We will go to this. I just want it so there we go. It's like a subtle orange, I don't want it to be so invasive. There we go. So turn off line of sight. That's the difference because they're on the surface of the sun in those bubbles I showed you. All right, so we got it ready to go. We'll draw the grid on there, place them on there, and I can do that on the spot. It's very fast and easy to do. So I'm not worried about that. But next time when we get together, we'll be looking at this, then we'll be looking at the other. You might even use the same map. I might put line of sight grids in one section and another section and another section, and just use these 3 different parts of the same map. So that to represent Corona. So, all right, folks. Well, thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you, Honey Badger Sven, Mantha, Atomic Hero Squad. I am very thankful. I am very appreciative of you guys coming in, saying hi, hanging out. Looks like we might even have a couple other lurkers there. You guys are awesome. Thank you for hanging out with me. If you have questions, leave them in the comments. Uh, go to my Twitch channel and check out my schedule. Um, I might be streaming a little bit later today. I've got some other stuff going on, but I might be streaming them later today. I don't know if I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow or not. Again, lots of ifs, lots of questions going on, but what I do know is that you guys are awesome. Thank you for hanging out. Tell your friends, anybody who plays Starfinder, they can come by and check it out. Check out the YouTube playlist. Whatever else you do, enjoy the rest of your day. And happy Thanksgiving to everybody. I hope you really have a good time. And even regardless of your situations, I hope you can find some things to be thankful for, because I know I am.